Okay, so I've got a follower on TikTok that tried to buy a car yesterday from a big dealer group in Utah. And he started telling me the story about them trying to break the tax credit rules. And I said, you know what? I got to hear this. So I'm going to call him up. He's going to tell me the story.
I go up to the dealership, talk to a sales guy, say, hey man, I'm looking for a used Model 3, something that qualifies for the tax credit, 25 grand or less. And the guy's like, yeah, man, absolutely. We got a couple of cool ones. He tells me just like a quick write-up, not even any legitimate numbers, just like literally with pen and paper writing down this stuff. And it's like 28.5. And I'm like, wait a minute, what in the world is going on? I thought you said it's 24.5. He's like, no, oh yeah, after the tax credit's 24.5. And I was like, but wait, it has to be under 25 grand in order to meet the requirements. And he's like, yeah, man. So what we do to kind of get around that is we charge you 24.5 on paper for the Tesla, and then we charge you like 4 grand for a charger. And I'm like, I don't know about that, dude. I just saw a video referring to your video saying that was used to be a gray area, but it was just cleared up as of like November 20th, where the total purchase price, excluding taxes and registration, anything in there has to be below 25 grand.
Man, you're good. You got it. And what did he say?
It was an unbelievable situation, but he was like, oh man, don't worry about that. We've heard about this changing recently, and it's okay. And as a matter of fact, I'll tell you, you will get the tax credit on this, and if you don't, the dealership will eat that $4,000 cost of the tax credit. And I was like, really? Would you be willing to put that in writing? And she's like, yeah, I don't think there's a problem with that. We can totally put that in writing. And so he brings out like his finance manager, and the finance manager sits down, and he's saying it does qualify for the tax credit. We use this workaround. And I'm like, no, man, I don't think that's the case. I showed him the video of you as well.
Are you serious? You showed the finance manager at the video of me?
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
he just tried to brush it off. Like, he's like, no, man, that's totally fine. Listen, we've done this a bunch of times. It's all good. And I say, okay, we'll put it in writing then that if I don't get this tax credit, you guys, the dealership, will pay for that. And he was like, no, I don't think we could do that, but you basically just confirming that I was going to.
He wouldn't put it. So he wouldn't put it in writing.
He would not put it in writing. No, and I had a feeling because they almost tried to like position this as you're getting the tax credit right now. It's already included in the deal. You're not going to get kicked back for it. I said, that's not true, man. Like I looked up the tax law. What happens if I don't qualify for this? I'm going to buy this now with $4,000 off. You guys are going to get a $4,000 check from the IRS reimbursing you for that difference. And then come tax season, I'm going to get a bill for $4,000. And you guys are not going to compensate for that.
Yep.
And yeah, man, it was ridiculous.
And that is, I can't believe they're still doing it even after they know. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah. And I back him into a corner, and I literally read aloud. I show him your video, and then I read aloud the IRS tax laws, like the tax code. And then he finally says, well, listen, this qualifies for some of the prerequisites. And I said, wait a minute, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, this qualifies where it has to be 2 years old or older. I say, yeah, but it has to qualify for all of the prerequisites in order for me to get the tax credit. And then, anyways, I said, so you just told me that I would get this tax credit. You're now saying it only is going to hit some of those requirements. But ultimately, it gets to the point where he says, okay, listen, man, here's what we're going to do. We're going to sell you this right now, tax, title, out the door, 24.5, and then, plus taxes, rather.
Right.
And then tomorrow, you have to come in and pay us $2,000 for tint. He says, we're going to do this deal tonight, and then you come in tomorrow to pick up the car, and you also pay us $2,000 for tinting. Tinting.
He wanted to do it outside of the deal as a separate transaction, but it was a requirement. And $2,000 for,
Yep.
dude, that is so illegal.
Yeah. I was like, nah, man, I'm out. This isn't working. And I just walked away with such a bad feeling because I just know that there's going to be some poor innocent soul who comes into the dealership and buys all this stuff.
Yep.
Because they were really pressing it, acting like it was an absolute guarantee that this vehicle will qualify for the tax credit. No worries, you're already getting this up front. And I just can't help but think, there's going to be someone who goes in and buys that car and they get screwed this next March or April when they do their taxes. It was crazy. So there was that, and then there was also the fact that midway through the conversation, my friend looks up the car on their dealership website, and it's listed for $1,000 less than what the dude came up to me with for the numbers. And I asked them about that, and the finance manager just blatantly lied to me, and he said that the online price, sometimes they accidentally put the price that they buy it for.
That is nuts to me. Well, I tell you what, man, I don't know if you're in the market, but I will give you $1,000 off any car I have. To make, which I'm only doing that because they screwed you out of $1,000. So any car I've got on my website, I mean, if you don't want one, I've got no problem. But if you've got one, if there's one on my website, I mean, I have Model 3 Performances that legitimately qualify for the tax credit that you don't have to, and I'll take $1,000 off the price for you being such a good dude and doing the right thing and being willing to share it with me. And pick any car you want on that site. Just take $1,000 off the price. I don't care which one it is. Take a look at the link I sent you. If anything floats your boat, let me know. I'd love to reward you for being a good stand-up dude and take care of you. And if not, just stop by and I'll give you some free swag, hats, shirts, whatever. Just come by, man.
Awesome. Yeah, I actually just briefly scrolling through this here. 2020 Tesla Model 3 long-range acceleration boost, 90,000 miles in Lehigh. I really like that one. It's got white interior. Yeah. When are you guys open until today?
Yeah, we're open.
Are you guys open today?
Yeah, we're open until 6, and my guy Colin is down there. If you want, I can call him and say, hey, whatever wants, take $1,000 off.
Cool. Yeah, I'll stop by. 100%. I can stop by here in the next little while.
Hey, actually, I'm going to be headed down there to watch my daughter in a thing tonight. If you want to give me a little bit, I could meet you.
Ooh.
That'd be kind of fun.
That'd be cool. Yeah, what time?
I could probably do it in about an hour. You want to meet over there around 4:30?
Yeah, that works.
Awesome.
That works great.
Okay, I'll head down. Perfect. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit then.
Okay, man. Bye.